Introduction. A cold and lonely man. Ebenezer Scrooge is a rich businessman in London. He is known for being mean, cold, and greedy. He does not care about family, friendship, or charity. He hates Christmas and believes it is a waste of time and money. Scrooge lives alone in a dark house. His partner, Jacob Marley, died 7 years ago. Scrooge has become even more bitter since then. Chapter 1. Christmas Eve. On Christmas Eve, Scrooge works in his cold office with his underpaid clerk, Bob Cratchit. Scrooge refuses to give more coal for heating and complains about closing early for Christmas. His cheerful nephew Fred arrives and invites him to Christmas dinner. Scrooge says no, calling Christmas a humbug. Later, 2 men come to collect donations for the poor. Scrooge refuses, saying the poor should go to prisons or workhouses. Chapter 2. Marley's Ghost. That night, Scrooge returns home. It is dark and silent. Suddenly, strange things happen. He hears chains, and the ghost of Marley appears. Marley is wrapped in heavy chains made of money boxes and ledgers. He tells Scrooge that his punishment in the afterlife is the result of a greedy life. He warns Scrooge that he still has a chance to change, but he must listen to 3 spirits who will visit him. Scrooge is shocked and frightened, but he agrees. Chapter 3. The Ghost of Christmas Past. At 1 a.m., the first spirit appears. It is the ghost of Christmas Past. The ghost has a bright light on its head and a gentle voice. It takes Scrooge on a journey to his earlier years. First, they see young Scrooge alone at school during Christmas. He was abandoned by his family and feels deep sadness. Next, they visit a later Christmas when his sister Fan arrives and brings him home. She was the only family member who loved him deeply. Then they see Scrooge as a young man working for Mr. Fezziwig, a kind and generous employer. Fezziwig holds a joyful Christmas party with music, food, and dancing. Scrooge remembers the happiness he felt. Chapter 4. Love and Loss. The ghost shows Scrooge a painful memory. He sees Belle, a woman he once loved. She breaks off their engagement because Scrooge has changed. He now cares more about money than love. Later, they see Belle years later, happily married with children. Scrooge watches this scene with regret and sorrow. He realizes how much he has lost. He begs the ghost to stop showing him more, but the spirit silently continues. Finally, Scrooge is returned to his bedroom, feeling heavy with regret. Chapter 5. The Ghost of Christmas Present. At 1 a.m., the second spirit appears. This ghost is large and jolly, wearing a green robe with white fur. It holds a torch shaped like a horn of plenty, spreading warmth and light. The spirit takes Scrooge across the city. They visit people celebrating Christmas, rich and poor, healthy and sick. The ghost says, Christmas is a time of kindness, even for those with little. They visit Bob Cratchit's home. It is small and humble, but full of love. Scrooge meets Tiny Tim, Bob's youngest son. Tiny Tim is sick, but joyful and polite. God bless us, everyone, he says. Chapter 6. A Glimpse of Goodness. Scrooge notices how much the Cratchits love each other despite their poverty. Bob speaks kindly of Mr. Scrooge during dinner. Scrooge is touched. The spirit tells Scrooge that Tiny Tim's life depends on what happens in the future. If things do not change, the child will die, the ghost warns. They also visit Fred's Christmas party. Fred and his guests laugh, sing, and play games. Fred says he pities Scrooge, but always hopes he'll change. Chapter 7. Harsh Truths. Before leaving, the ghost shows Scrooge 2 poor, hungry children hidden under his robe. Their names are Ignorance and Want. They look wild and dangerous. Beware of these children, the ghost says. They represent society's problems. Scrooge is shocked and tries to help, but the spirit disappears. Chapter 8. The Ghost of Christmas Yet to Come. The final spirit appears, tall and silent, dressed in a dark cloak. It says nothing, only points. Scrooge sees people talking about someone's death. No one is sad. Some are glad because they owed the dead man money. In a shop, thieves sell the dead man's clothing and belongings. Scrooge is confused. Who is this man? He asks. Chapter 9. A Terrible Future. The spirit takes Scrooge to a poor neighborhood where a dead body lies alone. No one visits. No one cares. Scrooge is terrified. Next, they visit the Cratchits again. This time, the house is quiet. Tiny Tim has died. Bob Cratchit tries to stay strong, but the family is heartbroken. Finally, the ghost takes Scrooge to a graveyard. It points to a gravestone with Scrooge's name on it. Chapter 10. A New Heart. Scrooge falls to his knees and cries, "Spirit, please, I will change." He promises to honor Christmas and live with kindness and generosity. Suddenly, the spirit disappears and Scrooge wakes up in his bed. It is Christmas morning. He is alive. He laughs and feels young again. He sends a huge turkey to the Cratchits anonymously. Then he goes to his nephew Fred's house and is warmly welcomed. Chapter 11. The New Scrooge. From that day on, Scrooge is a changed man. He becomes generous and joyful. He treats Bob Cratchit with kindness and gives him a raise. He becomes like a second father to Tiny Tim, who survives and grows strong. People say that no one celebrated Christmas better than Scrooge after that. Final message. Scrooge learned that it is never too late to change. The story reminds us that love and kindness are more important than money. Christmas is not just a day, it is a spirit we can carry in our hearts every day of the year.